September 6, 2023. North Korean state media releases grainy footage of something the world hoped would never exist. A nuclear-armed submarine, christened Kim Kun Ok, sliding silently into the waters of the East Sea. For decades, intelligence agencies dismissed North Korea's submarine ambitions as propaganda. Crude diesel boats, laughable engineering, no real threat. They were wrong. What Kim Jong Un revealed wasn't just a submarine. It was a paradigm shift in nuclear deterrence, and a nightmare scenario that could redraw the balance of power in the Pacific forever. This is the story of North Korea's underwater nuclear gambit, and why it has every military strategist in the world recalculating the odds of conflict. To understand why this matters, we need to go back to the Cold War, when nuclear submarines fundamentally changed warfare. A ballistic missile submarine, or SSBN, is the ultimate weapon of deterrence. Hidden beneath thousands of feet of water, virtually undetectable, capable of launching nuclear warheads from anywhere in the ocean. Even if your entire country is destroyed in a first strike, your submarines survive, guaranteeing retaliation. The United States has 14. Russia has 11. China has 6. France and the UK combined have 8. Until now, North Korea had none. For 30 years, North Korea has operated a fleet of aging diesel-electric submarines, Romeo-class relics from the 1950s, and domestically built Sangho-class coastal boats. Dangerous in shallow waters? Yes. A global threat? No. But Kim Jong Un had a vision. If North Korea could deploy nuclear weapons from submarines, it would achieve what every nuclear power craves: asterisk survivability. The ability to strike back, even after annihilation. And on that September morning in 2023, he claimed he'd done it. The ceremony was pure theater. Kim Jong Un, flanked by uniformed officers, stood before a massive submarine painted in naval gray. Banners proclaimed it Submarine Number 841, named after a North Korean historical figure, Hero Kim Kun Ok. North Korean media claimed it could carry tactical nuclear weapons and launch them from underwater, a capability that, if true, would make it the 9th nation to field a nuclear submarine. Western intelligence had been watching. For years, satellites tracked construction at the Sinpo South shipyard on North Korea's east coast. Something big was being built in those covered dry docks. When the images leaked, analysts immediately recognized the hull. It appeared to be a modified Soviet-era Romeo-class diesel submarine. Technology from the 1950s, retrofitted with vertical launch tubes for missiles. Crude? Yes. Outdated? Absolutely. Dangerous? That's where it gets complicated. Let's be clear, North Korea's submarine is not comparable to American or Russian nuclear submarines. First, terminology matters. When we say nuclear submarine, that usually means nuclear propulsion, a reactor that lets the sub stay underwater indefinitely. The Hero Kim Kun Ok is diesel-electric. It needs to surface or snorkel regularly to recharge batteries. That makes it detectable, vulnerable. What North Korea claims is a submarine capable of launching nuclear-armed missiles, likely their Pukgoksong series of submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBMs. They've tested these before. In 2016, the Pukgoksong 1 flew 500 kilometers. In 2021, upgraded versions demonstrated improved range and maneuverability. The Hero Kim Kun Ok appears to have 4 to 10 vertical launch tubes built into its hull. If operational, each could carry a nuclear-tipped missile with a range of 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers. That puts Tokyo, Seoul, Guam, and major portions of Japan and South Korea within striking distance. But here's the critical question. Is it actually operational? Naval experts around the world immediately raised red flags. First, the submarine has never been observed on extended patrol. Intelligence agencies monitor the waters around North Korea constantly. If this sub went to sea for more than a few days, we'd know. Second, the construction quality appears questionable. Photographs show uneven welds, surface rust, and retrofitting that suggests this is more proof of concept than operational weapon. Third, diesel submarines are loud when snorkeling, and North Korean boats are notoriously noisy even by diesel standards. Modern anti-submarine warfare systems can track them easily. Fourth, geography is North Korea's enemy. To reach open ocean, their submarines must pass through heavily monitored straits. watched by US, South Korean, and Japanese forces 24/7. So why are experts terrified if the submarine is so flawed? Because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be credible enough to change the calculus of war. Imagine a crisis on the Korean Peninsula. South Korea and the US know North Korea has land-based missiles. They can track those launchers, potentially destroy them in a first strike. But now there's a submarine. Maybe it's off the coast. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's loaded with nuclear weapons. Maybe it's a decoy. Do you risk it? That uncertainty is the weapon. And uncertainty is what starts wars, or prevents them from ending. The international response was swift. The United States and South Korea expanded joint naval exercises. Japan accelerated its counter-strike capability programs. Intelligence sharing intensified. The UN Security Council condemned the development, though China and Russia, as usual, blocked meaningful sanctions. But perhaps most concerning, North Korea isn't stopping. Satellite imagery shows continued construction at Sinpo. Intelligence suggests they're building more submarines, possibly up to 20 over the next decade. Even if only half are operational, that's a fleet capable of creating chaos in Asian waters during a crisis. Former U.S. Navy Admiral James Stavridis called it a new and destabilizing capability. South Korean defense officials described it as a red line crossed. Japanese analysts warned it could trigger a regional nuclear arms race. And here's the human reality. Over 150 million people live within range of these submarines. Tokyo, Seoul, major U.S. military bases. Cities that have lived under the shadow of North Korean missiles for decades, but always with some warning time, some chance of interception. A submarine removes that buffer. Missiles can launch from underwater in under 2 minutes. By the time you detect the launch, the missile is already climbing toward the stratosphere. There's no time for diplomacy when the countdown is in seconds. North Korea's submarine program is a reminder that nuclear proliferation doesn't follow a script. For decades, the world operated under an assumption that only advanced industrial nations could build credible nuclear arsenals, that technological barriers would limit the spread of the most dangerous weapons. The hero Kim Kun Ok, crude, retrofitted, possibly unreliable, shatters that assumption. It proves that in the 21st century, even isolated, economically struggling nations can develop weapons that change the strategic landscape, not with cutting-edge technology, but with determination, secrecy, and just enough engineering to make the threat credible. The question now isn't whether North Korea's submarine works perfectly. It's whether the world can manage a new era where nuclear deterrence exists not just between superpowers, but in the hands of unpredictable regional actors, hidden beneath the waves. Somewhere in the waters off the Korean peninsula, that submarine may be lurking, or maybe it's rusting in port. But the admirals lying awake at night? They can't afford to guess wrong.